All right, guys, we are about to give you the first impressions of this bad boy right here. This is the Power Pole Move, the PV, I think, 36-inch shaft. I mean, the thing is just sitting there. It's just gorgeous. I'll move this down a little bit. Go about halfway to start with. I really like that collar. It's very quick, easy, simple, clean, but is also good looking with the little Power Pole logo on it. So, well, let's be sure we get our teeth right. Okay, so that needs to be up. Go about halfway to start with. Left my Rogue strap, my ADS strap on the other boat, so we just get to use a little green strap, but let's push her off. Normally I would just deploy this and spot lock it out of the way, but since it's never been in water, never been used, I'm gonna use this strap and climb up this thing right here. Come over here. Ooh, look how pretty that thing is. Scoot it back. And we're gonna tie it off. All right, be right back. Let's check the radar real quick, because that's pretty dark. You can see. Uh-oh. I think we got a little bit. Yeah, we got a little bit. Enough to get these thoughts in, at least. All right, here goes nothing. I think I turned the breakers on and everything. No, I didn't. Shoo. Let's see. 1, 2. Good to go. Lock that back up. All right. Move that out the way. Still working on the latch and everything for up here, so I just get to foot stomp it. Oh my goodness. Let's pull this graph up real quick. Put one graph on for the day so we can get some specs for y'all. See what this bad boy is all about. So my XI3, right, was about 3.5 full spec. So let's see what it takes to get to 3.5. 3.3 is pretty close to the same with my tournament specs, or with the tournament load that I had, or fully load out. So at setting 11 up there, as y'all can see, we're at setting 11. I'm hitting the same spot, so about half the amount of power as far as the settings wise, and I'm hitting where I need to hit. All right, it's cavitating, so that tells me I need to put the prop a little lower, about a fist width. All right, let's see what that does. I wish. 10 would be a nice number. 10 would be a very nice number to get this set up for. All right. And now we're at 6 miles an hour with a bow mount. That's insane. All right, I'm gonna slow down because I don't want to hit this current coming through right here with a lot of power and end up upside down. So 6 mile an hour was with like a little bit of current, you know, forward current, or a little bit of face wind. So we're gonna go with this current. I don't really know what they're pulling right now, but we'll just see what it gets to. But God, that's just to hit 6 miles an hour with a bow mount is insane. 6 miles an hour, so that's torpedo speed with spot lock. Boom. Mind blown. Actually, before we go anywhere, I'm actually going to connect to the Power Pole app. To connect to it, we already got it. I can actually use the app as a remote, which is pretty cool. Let's just hit the spot. There's an anchor mode to adjust. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Gonna definitely need to adjust that. We got to remember that this little bad boy right here is meant to spot lock skiffs and smaller boats. So a little plastic boat that weighs nowhere near what those weigh. Need to go in and adjust that setting. I need to remember how, and once I find it, I will show you. Oh, okay, here we go. So once you hit settings again. This is on display. Hit settings again to go back. We'll go to propulsion. Okay, here we go. Anchor mode, aggressiveness, compass. No, we ain't going to 200, I'll tell you that. All right, we turned the aggressiveness down to 0, which is pretty much nothing. That way it doesn't jerky, you know, but all right, that was fun. Let's see what we can get. We'll do some simple math. All the way to 20 going against current. And I'm pretty sure they're pulling a lot right now. Like a lot. God, that's just a lot of power. All right, I don't know what the speed was, but I'll play it back and then I'll put it on the screen. Oh, do not go 20 going one way. Let's bump it down before we turn around in this current, because that would not be good. It'd be like riding a bucking bull. Getting black. Radar said it was gonna miss us, so let's go to 20. All right. Woo! I can feel that current underneath me. Slow down. Let's try that spot lock again. Oh, just for curiosity, let's check the Tennessee app or the TVA app. Let's see what Gunnersville's that way, right? Wheeler's that way. So Gunnersville is dumping right now 48,890. Wheeler is pulling, so we know we kind of got to push and pull right here. See what Wheeler's doing. They're pulling 86, so we got quite a bit of water moving. So that's a lot of current coming this way. And this thing is rock steady right where it's at, you know, not moving. And if you pay attention, here, I'll take this up real quick. If you can tell, like on a spot, like if that nose is doing this, right, it's going woo woo. That's not a good spot lock. Obviously, I've got some current to help, you know, keep the back end steady. But the fact that even with this little bit of current, and there's eddies and stuff that go in here, like with the XI3, I could tell you, we would be going like this with the nose, which is a pain in the butt when you're, you know, whether you're trying to use active target or just trying to stay still. When your butt is constantly doing this, it's just, but I mean, this thing is locked straight. So my first impressions of it are, I mean, I'm loving it. So against even all that water and wind, we got the wind hitting us right here, and we got the water underneath pushing us. We're still getting 4.5 miles an hour. That's crazy. For a bow mount, that is absolutely insane. Let's go back in the marina and more of this slack water. Overall, I'm very impressed with it. Obviously, this is very initial, not fishing yet. Haven't done anything like that yet, but I'm very impressed with this motor. It's a beast, to say the least. And I'm excited to get to play with it. I feel very fortunate to be able to get to play with it. Y'all let me know down in the comments, kind of playing with the button. It's like if I tap it or if I hold it, all this can be adjusted in the app though. So just kind of playing with the jerkiness of it. And but anyways, like I was saying, y'all let me know down in the comments what you think, what questions you have that I can help answer to see if this is worth, you know, the route that you want to take when it comes to a motor for a kayak. But we're gonna get loaded up and get out of these storms, because as you can see right here, it's getting pretty dark. So, but like setting 16, and this was no tuning at all. Haven't played with, you know, the height. If you change the height, that will give you some distance. But we're getting 5 miles an hour, you know, at 16. So we're not even at full power. We're still getting 5 miles an hour. It's pretty slack or slick back through here. So I don't want to go too crazy because the boats and, you know, push wakes out on the boats and everything. But like I said, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. This is pretty crazy and pretty exciting for, you know, somebody like me who has been using the bow mount game. And we've had, and I'll just go ahead and say it, like the XI3, right, is we've kind of used it because we had to use it, not because we wanted to use it. And it really is a piece of junk when it comes down to it. It really is. It's maybe part of why they got sundown, but that's what I'm gonna stick with, and we are going to get out of here before it gets, you know, wet, because as you can see, it's raining or about to rain pretty good. So appreciate y'all. I will say one thing I really do love is knowing what setting you're on. The LCD, it's bright, sticks out. You can see it right there, so that way if you're stopping and then you're gonna restart, you kind of know where you're at so you don't throw yourself at the boat. You know, the Power Pole has a cool app too. You can play with how fast it ramps up, so it's not just like, you know, dropping the clutch. It's you know, it can be very eased into it even when at a high setting. So that's another cool setting that they pretty got. You know, some power. You can just feel the difference in power.